Welcome back to Civilization, 1991 version. Mostly, people would have used MS-DOS to play it. I don't know if it was even available anywhere else. I know that's how I played it. We were in the middle of beating up some Mongols, talking about the HMS Beagle. I did Google it. I was right. It was Summerside. Ooh, pollution. My first pollution. Something to be really proud of. Nope. So got to know. I'm going to try to produce that mass transit quicker. And I'm also going to have to clean up the pollution. Pollution will take away from your civilization score. And my goal is always to achieve as high a score as possible. I'm not going to score the highest I ever have because I'm only on Warlord difficulty. And even though I'm a couple years out of playing this, I need to get back into the habit of doing it. I can tell just from how this playthrough's gone that I'm not going to be able to have an all-time top score. Not that that's why you should always play games, but you're competing against yourself, basically, right? When you're going against all-time scores. And they say you are your best competition. Oh, good God. Unbelievable. They took gunpowder and not the automobile. Okay. Okay. They're not very smart. All right, I'm going to build another. I'm going to use the old school trick of buy a library, switch it to an armor. More pollution. Oop, crazy. Crazy. I don't know what was weirder that they could have gotten tanks and they chose to develop um, gunpowder. Uh, I guess that's why I'm on Warlord difficulty. I guess the computer makes interesting decisions. Or maybe they just don't know that I know. How could they not know that I had tanks? They were getting hit by tanks. I don't know. I got a break and I'm complaining about it. Alright. I should probably build a musketeer too. It's my best defense. I mean that it's cheaper. What's an armored defense? Armored defense is a 5. And I have it's 2 should be able to hold out. Maybe I'll build one more. Build one more. That was wild. Wild, wild, wild. I think P cleans pollution. Yep, just small letter P. Capital letter P, I think it'll just say doesn't have, there's nothing for capital letter P. Would just tell me nothing, no command for capital letter P. Computers. What do I get with a computer? The SETI. So we are going to try and find aliens. Alright, let me see here. Advanced flight is good. What eventually leads to mechanized infantry? I'll do conscription. That'll give me riflemen, which is better than um, musketeers. Better than 3 musketeers. Mass transit. I mean, I really should be building cannon armor. I'm doing 2 things at once. I'm trying to make sure I have no pollution, and I'm building armor. I have to do one or the other, really. They really are giving me a hard time now. It's like everything is happening all at once. Pollution and upset groups and uh, unbelievable win. Um, where they were able to take over my guys without really that much of an argument for me. As if it would be easy to defeat a tank with what they had was a spearman, a phalanx. What are you going to do? Shove the spear into the cannon of a tank? Have it blow itself up? Yes, that would be how you would do it, right? I won't go at it until I have some units over there. I'm going to build a city up here. I'm going to build it. Let's see, if I build it here, I'll build it there. So I'm going to have to clean that up a little bit. You could build it right on top of the swamp, but I've told you that doing that would be ultimately bad. Um, 2. 2 should be good enough. It's not great, but it should be good enough to take that one city back. I'm going slow again. Oh, boy. Catapult. I think that's their best offensive unit still in 1806 AD. So last game I told you that Civilization was a game that inspired my love of geography and history, and I think it did that for a lot of people. Video games have done that, right? SimCity, I'm sure, birthed lots of civil engineers and um, people that became interested in running a city, and Civilization probably inspired lots of people to become historians and geographers and go to college and learn about those things. It did for me. It did for me. I didn't play, maybe I should. I've never played Pirates. Pirates was Sid Meier's game that he made before Civilization, and he has said that Pirates was kind of um, a trial for what he would later do with Civilization. Um, there's elements of it in the game. There's also elements of his previous game, previous to Pirates, which was Roller Coaster Tycoon, which I have played. Um, and you can see elements, especially when when you're building railroads. Maybe the fact that railroads, to me at least, it always seemed like it was um, very important. And I guess that would make sense based on his game Roller Coaster Tycoon. And no, Roller Coaster isn't a railroad, but there's some similarities between roller coasters and railroads. Um, but in terms of, this basically is a lot of what Roller Coaster Tycoon kind of sort of looks like a little bit, when you're building your roller coasters and things like that. So there's some elements of similarities between that game and this game. I have not played it. Um, so you always want to deal with your disruptions. Summerside was protesting, and you always want to deal with it, because if you do not deal with it in a turn, and they protest 2 turns in a row, it can turn your it can change your government. Gosh, all of this pollution. It got to know isn't that bad. Oh, I guess it is a little bit. Uh, wow. Wow. Crazy. It's unbelievable how unlucky the last handful of turns have been for me. Um, crazy. Crazy, crazy. Maybe this is the AI trying to balance it out. You know how a good AI will try to balance out a game so that one player doesn't have a massive edge over another player. That's what decent AI should do. Um, maybe that's what's going on here. Because certainly having one musketeer, which is a 2, against an armor, which is a 10. Imagine you have a 10-sided dice against a 2-sided dice, and back-to-back times the 10-sided dice lost. Statistically, that is very unbelievable that that would happen. Oh well. Um, I kept saying can't fret about it. Can't keep worrying. Got to go ahead. Pollution clean. Pollution clean. I know that horseman is up there somewhere, so I have to retreat my settler units. So Summerside is no longer protesting. Part of me wants to say, you don't have to show this video. Oh, you little bastard. When it rains, it pours. That is going to be the name of this chapter. When it rains, it pours. So,